Okay, time being 6:01 p.m. and seeing as we're streaming live, I'll call this meeting to order. Um, all members are present. So, looking at our agenda, our first item is COVID-19 update. So, Marty, I'll leave that up to you.
Happily, thank you. First, a bit of good news is next week, yard waste will be collected as it was originally scheduled, May 11th through the 16th. That week, with your normal trash, please, yard waste only, in brown paper bags. Um, that's good. I'm really happy that we were able to do that. And the pink bag, Simple Recycling, has now agreed to start picking up um, donations, recycling, curbside with your regular trash. So you can start leaving things in your uh, at your trash day in your pink bags. Also, I'm looking into trying to get a way to do some mattress recycling because I've gotten quite a few phone calls about people needing to drop off mattresses or get rid of them. So I'm trying to come up with a way to get that done so people can drop those off. Because I mean, we have that mattress recycling program in place, and I honestly I'd like to use it. So hopefully sooner rather than later, I'd like to have at least a plan before the shutdown. The stay-at-home order expires on May 18th, and I guess that brings in apropos of that. May 18th, they extended is the extension of the stay-at-home order by Governor Baker. So that means we're doing this for the foreseeable future for at least the next meeting. The compost site was open this weekend. Thank you for all that went out there and braved that. I feel like I'm missing something. Let's go through the numbers real quick. 122 active cases in Abington currently. We had 39 who made a recovery, 161 total. In Plymouth County, 5,602. Statewide, 69,087. Bit of good news in this is today there was only 1,000 positive cases. That is, I think that's like 500 less than yesterday, and almost 1,000 less than the previous high few days ago. I'd have to look for the exact numbers, but that's a significant decline. And I think that what that shows is that our countermeasures are being effective. Our social distancing, wearing masks, and don't forget, wearing masks is now mandatory in Massachusetts, starting on Wednesday. So, I'm happy that we were out in front of a very unpopular plan to wear masks, and now the state has also agreed that that should be done, which is good. Better weather means more people outside. So if you can't socially distance, wear your mask. I mean,
Yeah.
The mayor of Boston has mentioned it. The governor's mentioned it. The mayor of Worcester's mentioned it. Wear your mask if you can't socially distance. Everybody knows that at this point. I really hope today's numbers are the start of a downward trend. Can we guarantee it? Of course not. But man, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Any other specific questions I can help you guys with?
How has so our mask order has been in place for about 2 weeks now, roughly a week and a half.
At least, yeah.
How has compliance been with that so far? Just generally.
Generally, the vast majority of people are great. I've done compliance checks at quite a few places throughout town, and some places get more complaints than others. And then when I go there, I don't see what the people are seeing when they're calling me or emailing me to complain. So I don't know if it's just my presence walking into the building and like there's a "he's here," moment where like everybody put your masks on. Maybe, but I haven't really had a problem. I've asked some people to, hey, it only works if it's above your nose as well. I have had to ask a few people that, but the vast majority of Abington businesses are pretty good. And you have you have difficult people everywhere in the world, but I haven't really had a problem. After I've asked, everything has been great.
That's good to hear.
I know myself, both personally and through the Facebook page, and I think Alex as well have received calls or texts or messages from people about places that may not be following, we should be directing them to the health office, correct?
Yeah. Please do send me an email. Give me a call. Remember, it's just me right now, so I'm doing compliance checks as often as I can. So as soon as I get the complaint, I put it on a list of places I have to go and then I'll have a conversation with the manager when I get there and see what's going on. I also wanted to address Walmart, if that's real quick. I know there's a lot of scuttlebutt. There's a lot of rumor. Sorry, that's the Navy coming at me. There's a lot of rumor that we had, 23, 33, however many positive cases at Walmart. And the truth is, unless DPH set that up as a cluster, or all of the residents who tested positive or all of the workers who tested positive were Abington residents, we would have no idea of knowing. And since DPH didn't set that as a cluster, I do not doubt there were quite a few infections among the Walmart associates, and I encourage them to contact me if they feel that, if there's anything I can do to help them, or to the AG's office if they feel they're being put in danger. But as far as I know, they were just doing a cleaning closure. Now, I understand Walmart's under a bit of pressure right now because as of about, I think it was a half an hour ago, one of the Walmart associates in Quincy passed away. So remember, when you're wearing a mask, you're wearing it for other people.
Yeah.
And the people working in the stores are essential, and we should treat them that way and make sure that we're wearing our masks so that they don't get sick. Our Walmart associates in Abington they've always been great to me. I've always had a great time going in there. So please help us protect them and all of the rest of our grocery and retail employees. We should be doing everything we can. And one of the things we can do every single time is wear a mask when we're in that business. I get it. If you don't want to wear it because of some type of personal liberty thing, I understand that. I really do. But it's not just for you. It's for us. It is for us as a country, us as a people, us as human beings. Wear your masks so you don't get anybody else sick. Please.
Can I ask you, Marty, how about like the stores complying with the amount of people that they let in? Like I noticed that Lowe's today and yesterday with the nice weather, the parking lot is packed.
Well, we had a discussion with Lowe's on Friday, and we gave them a letter and a mandatory limit to the number of people that were allowed to be in the store. That limit is 250. That includes workers. So hopefully we should see some real enforcement and some real compliance, or at least increase of social distancing inside the store to make it both a little safer for both residents and for the Lowe's workers.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Yep.
And for the most part, most businesses are like the big retail stores or the grocery stores. They are monitoring how many people are coming in, correct?
Yes. So I know Lowe's, I think they have a person now, as I understand it. Target has an automated, like some HAL type stuff, some type of robotic, eye in the sky, like you're at a casino. And I think Stop and Shop does as well. I'm not sure about Trukey's. I don't know how they're monitoring. I don't remember. I'm sorry. So don't quote me. But I know they were monitoring.
Yeah, I know Walmart, even before this whole thing started, I know they had someone counting up at the front and then someone at the exit door as well.
Yeah, because that's part of Governor Baker's rules. They have to know, occupancy levels at 40%. So even if you think you're never going to get there, you still have to count.
Yeah.
And just to clarify for people, because I have seen this question pop up a few times. So Governor Baker's order supersedes ours, correct?
It does.
So currently the fine, well, at least starting Wednesday, the fine for noncompliance is $300 per offense. And do you know, is that for individuals as well as stores, or would that go just to the business?
I'll have to reread the order to really understand exactly. Clarity and enforcement are key. So I don't want to say something right now that would say, hey, you said that on. I want to make sure that I completely understand it. But as I understand it, yes, to the business.
Yes, to the business.
So, Marty, to piggyback on that, if it is the individual, does that not supersede ours then?
That's a great question, and I would ask the lawyers that. I think
Okay.
we can actually do both.
Okay.
But the mask wearing, any state mandate, it supersedes
Yeah,
us. Anything,
of
yeah.
course.
So, but I'm not sure about the fine.
Hopefully, we won't have to find out.
I
Yeah.
hope not.
I hope so. People just comply.
Yeah.
It works. We're not doing it. We're not doing it for you or this. It's us.
Yes, exactly.
And remember, so COVID fatigue is really setting in. A lot of people are sick of this, and I get it. But the more diligent and the more dedicated we are to following these guidelines, the shorter amount of time it is until we can return to a semblance of normal life.
Yeah.
So the more I hate to say, the more we follow the rules now, the longer we'll have to, which is a really weird thing to say, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I know, Chris, we've talked about this before, but and Marty too. I know a lot of businesses in town, a lot of residents were really thrilled that we took that extra step before the governor came in with the wearing of masks. I think that was a smart move on our part to keep everybody safe, try to flatten the curve. And I think as we're seeing the numbers today and in recent days, I think it's showing that the action is working.
I agree with you. I think it is. I think it's because of those kind of those harsher, I don't like to use that word, but like the more, rigorous rules and the more rigorous, regulations that we did are having a real effect.
Yeah.
Being proactive, not reactive.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I'd like to throw out a reminder to anybody listening, if you're calling the health department with any questions, bear in mind that Marty is there all by himself and has a lot to do, as we can imagine. So leave a message and it will be taken care of. I had a few people shouting out on Facebook because they didn't get a live body, but
yeah. And sometimes if it's a trash call, 99% of the time I usually type the message to the trash company as I'm listening to the voicemail. So keep those trash calls coming because that's a vital public service. We don't need 2 public health emergencies. Also, I want to say to what you were talking about a second ago, Alex, I've gotten way more phone calls saying, I'm glad we started wearing masks than I got, I hate you for making me wear a mask. I got both, but I got way more.
Same here.
I got way more of the, I'm glad we're doing something. So.
Yeah, no, people do really appreciate it. You get more of the good feedback than the negative. Unfortunately, sometimes the negative is a lot louder than the more positive.
Sure.
But
speaking of trash, going back to what I just mentioned a second ago, we're still not 100% with a driver who knows Abington, like the guy who had it pre-strike. So be patient some days with the drivers. They're doing the best they can, and I think they've really turned a corner especially during the outbreak. So call me if they miss you, and we'll send them back out ASAP. The condos, I'm aware that because of the outbreak, the dumpsters at the condos they've been filling up a lot faster, and so we're having to address missed pickups or a day late pickups way more than we normally would. So I know that's an issue for a lot of residents, and it has not escaped my attention.
I'm always telling people when they message me, leave your barrel out and call.
Yeah, that's the right answer. And if I don't call you back, it's not that I didn't put in the request for it to be picked up. So just leave it out.
Awesome.
But I mean, I haven't really gotten a lot of phone calls for trash lately. I have to be, remember, we have over 5,100 people, over 5,100 households on our trash system. They each have a recycling and trash. Some have more than one of each of those. So if you just do the math right there, it's like, every week Republic's making almost, 11,000 touches of our stuff a week. and then you extrapolate that over a year, you can see, like, if I'm getting 1 or 2 phone calls a day, we can deal with that.
Yeah, still good numbers. Awesome. Anybody else have any questions regarding COVID-19 before we move on to our next agenda?
Oh, because I know some residents were asking, so has the Park and Rec, or even us as well, completely shut down Island Grove? I know we had put something in before, but I know there's been some signage and everything, so some residents were asking.
So the gates for vehicles are shut at Island Grove. You should not be having a picnic at Island Grove. No one's going to stop you if you're having a walk through Island Grove, but please be reasonable. No one's going to stop you if you're having a walk around the down Glenwick's Way and around the high schools or whatever. No, we get it. No pickup basketball games. No pickup soccer games. Just be smart and be reasonable.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I want to make one more thing about COVID-19. Sue, I know you had a question, but camps and summer sports for COVID-19. The short answer is I have no idea. It's being worked on by DPH because I believe the reasoning behind it is all communities have to kind of be on the same page with that. If we open it up, we could be inundated with people. So we all kind of have to be on the same page with parks, with camps and with little leagues and things like that. So I don't want to, we're waiting for some guidance from DPH on that. Sorry, Sue, you had a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, my question was about the yard waste pickup day. You mentioned that we could put the leaves out in bags, but I've always used the old barrels. Are we allowed to do that? That's all right. I just wanted to clarify that, and I didn't want to interrupt. This sometimes a delay on these things.
Yeah, no problem. Nothing's changed as last year. If you have the barrels, they'll dump it into the truck too.
Thank you.
So same as last year. It's going off the same as it was.
I just wanted to clarify in case somebody was listening and felt like they had to want my bags.
If you had that question, I'm sure somebody else did too.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, our next agenda item, speaking of yard waste, is the opening of the compost site, which is currently scheduled for this Saturday. So do we have an update on if that's going forward or not?
I do not have a problem with it being open on Saturday the 9th. It's just I still do not want the senior volunteers working it for obvious reasons. And I'm getting it sprayed for ticks, hopefully sometime this week. And the porta potty will be delivered. But I mean, Alex, if you want to spend another beautiful Saturday out there helping residents, I will not stop you.
Hey, I'm more than happy to do it. More than happy to do it. And
I'm getting
free
a nice
coffee and donuts for anybody who want to help. But social distance, wear your mask.
Yeah, wear your mask. And maybe we should come up with a clever way to take a mattress or two that day.
Yeah.
People, so the more so this past Saturday when we were there, people were asking about scrap metal. Are we still holding off on that, or are we okay letting people bring scrap metal?
I feel like that's one of those things that if they don't need help getting it into the bin, you know what I mean? If they can do it themselves, I don't know if we should, I feel like that would be okay. As long as somebody else isn't helping them carry it, I feel like that should be all right. Excellent. Unless the people out there, or if you're uncomfortable with it, then I would say, hey, I'm not comfortable helping you with this. But like, if it's a barbecue grill, they could wheel into the back of the bin that's out there or something like that. I don't really think it'd be that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, because I've been getting a bunch of messages from some residents asking about, oh, can I drop off a TV? Can I, microwave? When can we start doing that again?
Well, the TVs and things, they need receipts, and then the money has to be, checks have to be written. So I don't want to do that right now. The things that I just need to know how many mattresses are in there. Okay, no big deal. Scrap metal, throw it in there, right? The things that don't have many transactions, right?
Okay.
Self-service.
Good drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So for that process, would they need to contact the health office first, or would you want to just have us?
For the scrap metal?
No, not for scrap metal. For the TVs and microwaves, completely scrap that this week. No pun intended. But
no pun intended. No, I would wait. I would wait until after the shutdown. I would wait till after You know, so we should get some type of phased reopening plan from the governor's office coming soon. So we'll be able to kind of look at that and figure out when is a proper time for us to start taking those things at the compost site. So I would wait for that first, for
Okay.
those transactions to occur. But I think scrap metal and for sure scrap metal this weekend, and we'll talk about mattresses offline.
Okay.
I'd feel comfortable with that.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Marty.
No, thank you. You're the one out there hustling in the sunshine.
Hey, I'm enjoying it.
Aaron, you were out there
having a
too,
good
right?
time, right, guys?
Aaron was out there. I think Chris, you were out there. I think one of the selectmen was out there.
Oh yeah, Tim Chapin was out this weekend as well. Yeah, so the first weekend we had exactly 75 cars. Last weekend we had exactly 70 cars. So people are getting out there and getting rid of their yard waste and everything. So
Beautiful
they
days.
do
I know
really
people
appreciate it.
got a lot of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have 2 truckloads coming this Saturday, so I'll be there early.
sounds good.
All right, well, those are our 2 agenda items. Unless anybody else has any questions, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. I mean, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay.
There you go.
We have a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? None. So meeting is adjourned. Marty, thank you again for everything, and may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.